Hello good people of YouTube, All About Nat is back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing a bit of a discussion video. It's a subject that's kind of come into my head since the Supreme drop, and I wanted to put out this video, see what you guys think. So it's really important that you comment down below your thoughts. Now, it would be great to get a variety of ages in the comments. So people of my age, the OGs of this world, you know, I'm 42, around that age bracket. I want to hear people who obviously are in their late 20s, early 30s, and then younger as well. And anybody older, you know, anybody older than me who's into kicks, I want to know your thoughts, because this is a subject that I think everybody really should have an opinion if you are into streetwear and shoes. I think it's good to have an opinion on things in general, you know, but on this particular subject, I want to hear your thoughts and all ages. But before we do get into it, guys, we are so close to 2,000 subscribers. So close. We're about 70 away, so please hit that subscribe button, turn your little notification bell on so you know when I'm dropping a video. As I've said, comment down below, it's really important on this video. It's a discussion. And also drop a like. It helps the algorithm, it helps to grow the channel, and hopefully sometime this year, you never know, we may get to 2,000 subs, and it will be all because of you guys. So please subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. So, as you know, Thursday just gone, we had the Supreme Nike Dunk SB drop. We got W after W after W. So many people were successful in getting these shoes until last week, when it all, well, sorry, not last week. Was it last week? Was it the week before? No, it was the week before. Sorry, I'm lying to you. It was the week before. Until last week, when it all became apparent that there was hundreds and hundreds of cancellations. Supreme messed that drop up big time for the vast majority of us. I was cancelled, the person I was getting my size off was cancelled. It transpires, looking at this week's drop, Supreme's dropping Hysteric Glamour, great brand by the way. And the comment section, hashtag where are my dunks, has just been going crazy. You know, it was a shit show of a drop. And this brings me on to sneaker community. Right, so as the title says, does sneaker community still exist? As someone of my age, I would say no. No, it does not. Somebody was saying to me the other day that they got blocked on Offspring, and it wasn't quite clear as to why. This guy's not a reseller, he's not a shoe reseller, and in fact he's never actually hit on Offspring. You know, the way drops are going, the amount of people that, you know, that don't even keep the shoes anymore, I think I know a handful. On one hand, the amount of people that are actually keeping these shoes to wear on feet. Then it brings me to, if you're desperate to have these shoes on feet, I wanted to wear the brown pair of Nike SB Dunks because I missed out in 2003. I would have loved the orange pair of highs. Didn't get them. And it's a bit like, you know, this is a broad subject, so it doesn't just stop at buying the shoes and reselling. Now, this is not just about reselling. Yes, I think for me, I think money has overtaken community. I know for a fact that I was never going to get those shoes for an affordable, decent, affordable depends on the individual, you know. Someone's affordable could be £800, someone else's affordable could be retail, you know. It all depends on the individual, but nobody was interested in helping me out to get those shoes at a reasonable price. Now, I would have paid 400, 450, maximum probably 5. And yet that's just too much in itself. Crazy, stupid. But as I say, it was a historical thing for me. It meant a little bit more, having been into Supreme for a long time. But nobody was interested. That, if you got those shoes for retail, that is a huge amount of profit to sell them at that price to me. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Money talks. Money talks. Nobody cares about, you know, helping someone out. Nobody cares, even if I was to say, you know, to promote their handle. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. It's all about the money. And now you could say, Nat, you would do the same. Even if I said to you guys, I honestly wouldn't. I would help somebody out. I think I have sold some of my collection, and somebody who I've known or I've built a good relationship up, or they I now consider a friend, I've sold stuff for cheap. I have. Because it depends on the individual. It depends what relationship you build. See, back in the day when I was younger, relationships were built. I used to make a lot of friends going into stores that I went into regularly, and you would literally chat about what was on feet. It wasn't about the value of what you were wearing. It was about the brands you were wearing and you know, the clothes you loved. Now, I get the impression, and you know, as I say, a couple of years back I did go to Crep City. I didn't get a community vibe from Crep City at all. It was, you know, it was funny actually, because I did get recognised a couple of times. Somebody asked for my picture, which I found so bizarre. However, you know, I met some nice people, but there wasn't a community vibe. There was a lot of looking you up and down to see what you were wearing. And I got the feeling a lot of it was value. Value over putting a nice fit together. If you had all hyped items on, which I didn't, I think I was wearing, what did I wear? I think I was wearing A-Life at the time. I think I wore an A-Life hoodie. Can't remember what I wore on feet, honestly. Probably a pair of Dunks. Maybe it's age, maybe it's growing up and realising that it's not about hyped stuff, it's just about loving clothes in general, loving nice brands. But there was not a community feeling about it. It was flexing. That's it. It was showing off the most expensive things you own. And honestly, back in the day, it didn't feel like that to me. It never felt like that to me. I used to go into a shop called Aspecto in Manchester regularly. And I used to chat, you know, to some of the guys in there, because a lot of the time it was men predominantly in these shops. Didn't bother me, you know, chat and make friends with the guys in there. Where else did I used to go? I used to go to Note skate shop in Manchester. There's another store, Oi Polloi, that they're still going. Aspecto has moved, I think, a few times in Manchester. I've not been to Manchester for a long time, but you just sort of chatted about brands and shoes, and there was just not that feeling of it's got to be expensive, it's got to be limited, it's got to be really, really hyped up. It's just nice clothing, and new stuff that come out. You know, when I used to go into Aspecto, it was purely for the Stussy. Stussy and Aspecto was great. In fact, this was from Aspecto in the mid 2000s. This multi-tool, and I use it all the time. This cool little multi-tool with Stussy like engraved on it. And this little torch still works. It still works to this day. I can't get it open. There you go. It still works. But yeah, I got this from Aspecto back in the day, and yeah, I don't know. There just doesn't feel like there's a community spirit anymore, guys. There just isn't. It's all about the money. The only thing that, for me, and I was discussing this with my good friend Marie over the weekend, I think the only thing that can maybe bring it back, we can reel it back in, the community spirit, is if they start doing pre-orders and they stop doing limited releases, and that would obviously eradicate reselling. So in a way, the reselling, yes, it's not, I said it's not just about reselling, and it's not, because you've got the whole flexing thing, but I think the reselling has had an impact on community spirit. So if the reselling element to streetwear and shoes was eradicated by pre-orders, by restocking, just continuous restocking, then I do think no more limited stuff. I don't care if something's limited. I genuinely don't. I just want the product. I want that product. So if for me, if they stopped with limited releases, they stopped doing raffles, and everything was pre-order, everything was pre-order or just restocking. I genuinely do think that we would get more of a community spirit. We would get more of the old days of just chopping it up and basically chatting about stuff and not just flexing stuff, showing off. Maybe that's my opinion, and I genuinely would love to know what you think. What do you think? And this is if you agree, if you think that sneaker community doesn't exist anymore, what do you think we could do to bring sneaker community back? I really want to be able to have a discussion about this. I will reply to every single comment, and let me know your thoughts, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to tell me your thoughts and all about that. We'll see you on the next one. Keep it real, guys.